What's up, Planeswalkers? Another day, another deck, and today we're going to be playing New True Fairy or Dimir Fairies. That's right, this deck got my juices flowing again. We've used Ego Drain before as kind of a better way to go ahead and discard, but Obyra Dreaming Duelist to ping our opponent whenever a fairy enters was also an interesting option, especially when you pair it with Faebloom Trick. We also have Barrow Naughty, and then Faerie Fencing, which is a nowhere to run for one, basically. And then Faerie Dreamthief, Fae Flight to protect our creatures. We also have Spell Stutter to counter, and Bandit's Talent, just because it's an amazing card. So let's go ahead and see how some Dimir Fairies work on the ladder. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're on our way to 1,800 subscribers. And this is a decent hand for us, so I think we're going to keep it. We are going to have the Watery Grave enter in tapped, but then we have to go ahead and next turn decide. I think depending on what opponent's playing, we can go with the Barrow Naughty. It is a 1/3. It's pretty protected. Ooh, we might want to go for the Faerie Fencing. The green decks have been crazy here recently. I'm actually going to pass so that we can try and get the Obyra in, and then next turn we could always Barrow Naughty. We need some lands, though. Alright, side quest, raise a Chocobo. Good enough there for opponents. Now whenever we play any fairies, though, we're going to ping them for one, which is fine by me. Ooh, I'm going to go for the Barrow Naughty. It's such a weird name. And then swing in for two, get some damage on the board against the opponent. That's the best thing about this deck, is a majority of it, I'm pretty sure all of it actually, is flying. So unless opponent has reach or other flyers, we're kind of in the good. Ooh, Bristly Bill. They are going to get to put some counters on, but this is where another card that I think is really slept on is going to come in for us. We don't want to block the 3/2 there. Okay, another Swamp. That's perfect. We could go Bandit's Talent or a creature, but I think we use our Faerie Fencing here. Since this is just a 1-drop, I mean, we have a fairy, it gives an additional -3/-3. That's amazing value when we're playing all fairies on here, or if you're playing like a Soulstone Sanctuary or anything like that. I don't know. I saw that card and I was like, wow, how have I never used this card in a fairy deck before? And that's really the reason, besides Ego Drain, that I decided to play this deck. Because free removal, for the most part, is always going to be additional for me. It's a 1-drop that takes out 3/3, which is a majority of creatures currently in the meta. We've held off opponent a little bit. They're kind of taking a second. Alright, do they have another Bristly Bill or something? Okay, Terra Symbiosis. Well, that's not going to work the way they want to anymore, just because we took care of their Bristly Bill. So this is going to get +1/+0, not +1/+1 counters. But I see where opponent was going for that. I think we want to go for Bandit's Talent, make them discard, and then we can grab a non-land. Hopefully they don't hold on to a land. That's the only issue with these mono-green landfall decks. They have a lot of lands, but you know what? Where they're currently located, I don't mind them just having a land in hand. So we're going to try and hit them with that Ego Drain next. Okay, they got rid of something there. Let's target opponent. So they got rid of Chocobo Kick and Terramorphic Expanse, of course. Let's swing out. It's now a race. And then this is why I added in Bandit's Talent, just because this is really what's going to put us over the edge. It gives so much value. Once opponent's hand is empty, we can go ahead and fire it up. And then they're going to start taking 2 damage each turn and, you know, just continue on. We may have to hold up a blocker here in a minute. Okay, Restless Reef is good. So let's throw down the Barrow Naughty. Barrow, yeah, it's Barrow. Swing in, opponent's going to take 2. We can gain some life if they attack, and then they don't have trample currently. Alright, Terra Symbiosis, Fable Passage. They're going to crack it. Hopefully they don't have Tifa's Limit Break. I know that's been a card that's kind of been going crazy recently. I I don't think there's a way for them to give their creature plus. I mean, there is the Tifa's Limit Break, but let's hope that they don't have it. Yeah, they don't have it, and we got enough here. Opponent seen the writing on the wall. Good game, opponent. And on to the next one. All right. This is a decent hand. We've got, I mean, we've got one swamp, 3 fairies, and a fairy spell. Not really. It's a protection spell, but I'm down to keep it. Let's go ahead and throw down a Faerie Dreamthief here. Very versatile card. Ooh, do we want to keep the... I think we do. Say, maybe we don't. I think we do, though. I mean, Faerie Dreamthief is such a good card. Wow, Bolt Wave. Okay. Opponent playing mono red. I'm going to go for the Barrow Naughty here just because we want to show them we have some life gain. And then, fun fact, you can pump up that card, but I love that art for Ego Drain. You can pump it up with 3 mana to give it +1/+0 till the end of the turn. They're going to get rid of it. Yeah, opponent doesn't like life gain, that's fine. Well, let's Ego Drain them. Don't have to exile anything because we have a fairy. Ooh, Emberheart Challenger, I think, is the easy target there. And then we hold up 2 Fae Flights here. We can give our creature +1/+0, but then it also gives it hexproof. That really just helps out, especially since we see the opponent has Lightning Strike in hand. They could always try and target that. Ooh, Faebloom Trick also, not Flay. We're not in Flavor Town. That's good. I mean, I kind of think we just let opponent hit us, right? Because we could Faebloom Trick right now and tap it, but then they just ping our Faerie Dreamthief. I'm trying to bait them out. They need to Lightning Strike it now, but I guess we just let it go. Okay, Faerie Fencing. I mean, it's a 1-drop to get rid of it. This might trigger the opponent to go ahead and Lightning Strike our Dreamthief. They feel like they don't have something on board, so we shouldn't have something on board. Mono red players, I know them. I am a mono red player. I'm a mono red enjoyer, but also mono blue. There's the shock. Let's Fae Flight. If they have another, they don't. Okay, I was gonna say, if they have another shock, we're kind of done for with Dreamthief at least. So next turn they can still go ahead and do a Lightning Strike on it, but then I think we're kind of so far ahead. Yeah, they're gonna just ping us. I mean, this is gonna be a race. Opponent may have it. Let's swing out. We're going to hold up the Fae Flight and the Faebloom Trick. If opponent plays a creature, we can tap theirs down. And I think we just go for it, right? Pass the turn. We don't want to give too much away. Throw down the Watery Grave. I mean, they have to deal 9 damage to us, which is absolutely doable. I mean, that's a Bolt Wave, 2 Bolt Waves, a Lightning Strike, Lightning Strike, Lightning Strike, Bolt Wave. There's 1 Bolt Wave. They have all of the ability to deal that 5 damage, so I'm going to try and rush out the Faebloom Trick here just to put a little bit of pressure on the opponent. Now that we know... Oh, wow, of course, Obyra, there you are. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if we waited. We're still dealing the same amount of damage. We miss out overall on 2 damage, but we get 2 damage sooner. So... Bolt Wave again. Oh no, opponent has it, don't they? Where is it? Never didn't have it. I mean, next turn, we really, I mean, we'll have 6 damage on board. With Fae Flight, we win. But I just have a feeling opponent has the Lightning Strike. I don't know, there's something about it. Opponent has it. They've had 3 Bolt Waves so far. They have to have it, right? They're sticking. They're passing their turn. I guess we go with the Barrow Naughty here to ping them for 1 either way. So now we have multiple ways kind of to win. Witchstalker Frenzy. Okay, we got it. Oof, that was a close one. I was going to say, what was holding it? They had an instant. I mean, hey, good game, opponents. We took down a mono red-ish type deck here. Let's get into the wrap-up. So this deck was pretty fun. if you're going all fully fairies, it's pretty interesting. I would probably recommend the older deck that I played that was the fairy deck with Dimir. It has a little bit less fairies, but maybe there's some good sideboard cards here. This deck did go 50% overall in the time I was playing it, but I really enjoyed it. I might play it some more. Let me know what you think in the comments. And once again, first and foremost, last but not least, you are doing everything right today, and you matter. Good. Bye.